Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans. Welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community. Now, let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. WATP, let's get to the news. Rumors are flying across Scotland tonight, mate, and it's all centered around one name, Jack Clarke. That lad who's been tearing defenses apart down south might just be on his way to Ibrox. The talk around Govan is that Rangers have been keeping close tabs on him for months, watching every darting run, every flash of pace, every finish that leaves keepers helpless. The recruitment team sees him as that missing spark, that electric winger who could bring the kind of dynamism fans have been craving since the days of Ryan Kent at his prime. Clarke's been described as a modern old-school winger. A paradox, right? But it fits. He's got that raw flair from the streets, that fearless desire to take on his man, combined with the tactical awareness and composure of a player matured by experience. Whispers say that Philippe Clement himself sees Clarke as the perfect puzzle piece to complete his attacking trio, someone who can stretch the pitch, pin back defenders, and give Tavernier room to overlap. It's not official, of course, not yet, but when you hear the murmurs growing this loud, there's usually something real behind the smoke, especially when it concerns the blue half of Glasgow. The excitement around Rangers' training ground has been palpable these last few days, with insiders claiming that scouts have been attending Clarke's recent games in person. There's this sense of anticipation, like something big is about to drop. Clarke, who's been dazzling with his speed and directness at Sunderland, looks ready for a step up, and Ibrox might just be the stage he needs to elevate his game. The chatter isn't only about his goals, though he's got plenty. It's about his sheer confidence. The boy doesn't hesitate. Give him space, and he's gone. Close him down, and he'll twist you inside out before delivering a killer cross. Clement's system thrives on transitions, and a player like Clarke could turn ordinary counters into instant chaos. Fans remember how devastating Rangers were when they had that spark on the wings. Now they're dreaming again. In pubs, on forums, even among pundits, the name Jack Clarke keeps popping up. You can almost feel the hope building, the thought that maybe, just maybe, the Jers have found their next lightning bolt in human form. Now, if you've been following Rangers for any length of time, you'll know they love a statement signing, especially one that sends shockwaves through the Scottish Premiership. And make no mistake, Clarke would do exactly that. His numbers don't just impress, they speak volumes about his development. From his Leeds United breakthrough to his steady growth at Sunderland, he's transformed from a promising youngster into a seasoned, ruthless attacker. The lad's decision-making has improved massively. He knows when to cut inside, when to drive to the byline, and when to unleash that curling shot that's become his trademark. Imagine him linking up with Cantwell, Dessers, or even Seema. The combinations practically write themselves. A front line with Clarke involved would be unpredictable, fast, and relentless. Opponents wouldn't know whether to double up or sit deep, and either choice would spell trouble. It's no wonder Rangers fans are losing their minds over the idea. Even Celtic supporters, though they'd never admit it, are keeping an anxious eye on this rumor. Because if Clarke does come north, the power balance could shift in a heartbeat. Behind closed doors, there's talk that Rangers board is fully backing Clement's vision. The club has been rebuilding not just a team, but a mentality, that fearless, relentless, never-say-die identity that defined their best years. Clarke fits that profile perfectly. He's got fire in his belly and confidence dripping from every touch. At Sunderland, you can see it in his body language, shoulders back, eyes up, always ready to drive forward. That's exactly the kind of energy Rangers have been trying to bottle up and unleash. Insiders say that negotiations, if they've begun, are being handled quietly but efficiently. The club knows that once the rumor goes public, competition could heat up fast, especially from Premier League sides sniffing around. Still, the Scottish pull is strong, and Ibrox offers something few clubs can: the chance to be adored, to be part of a massive story, to make history. Clarke, sources claim, is aware of that. He's ambitious, but he also wants legacy. And at Rangers, legends aren't born. They're forged in pressure, noise, and expectation. Of course, we've seen these kinds of stories before, haven't we? Talented English wingers linked to Glasgow Giants. Some make it, some fade. But Clarke feels different. His consistency this season has been outstanding, and it's not just about stats or highlight reels. It's about presence. He's the kind of player who changes the temperature of a match just by being on the ball. Opponents back off, fans rise to their feet, and the momentum swings. If Rangers manage to land him, it won't just be a signing. It'll be a statement of intent. It'll tell everyone, from Celtic Park to Pittodrie, that Rangers aren't here to rebuild slowly. They're here to dominate again. The whispers from training staff and scouts all suggest that Clement's eyes light up when Clarke's name comes up. He sees in him that rare mix of flair and work ethic, artistry and aggression. That's the kind of player who thrives under pressure, who lives for big nights under the Ibrox floodlights, where the noise vibrates through your bones and history feels alive in the air. Fans, meanwhile, are already dreaming. Social media is ablaze with mock-ups of Clarke in the famous royal blue kit, and clips of his best moments are circulating faster than ever. Supporters are debating where he'd fit best: left wing, inverted right, maybe even as a second striker. Everyone's got an opinion, and that's the beauty of it. The buzz, the hope, the sense that something thrilling might be around the corner. The energy in the fan base right now is contagious. Clarke represents more than just a player. He's a symbol of the kind of attacking football the fans crave. Brave, expressive, fearless. And after the ups and downs of recent seasons, Rangers supporters deserve that. The idea of seeing Clarke bombing down the flank, cutting inside, and rifling one into the top corner, it's enough to make Ibrox roar in anticipation. Nothing's signed yet, nothing's official, but the rumor mill's spinning faster than ever. And when it comes to Glasgow football, we all know, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. The story hasn't died down, not one bit. If anything, it's grown arms, legs, and a pair of running boots. Word around the Scottish press is that talks have progressed further than anyone first expected. Some insiders even whisper that Clarke's representatives were seen meeting with club officials after Rangers' last home match. No cameras, no leaks, but too many coincidences to ignore. This is how these deals usually start. A quiet dinner here, a few phone calls there, and before you know it, the rumors become reality. Clarke's camp knows what he's worth, but they also know that Rangers offer something special. European nights, a fan base that lives and breathes football, and a manager building something exciting. The timing feels right. With January's window creeping closer, Rangers could make their move soon. For Clement, landing Clarke would be a masterstroke, not just for his tactics, but for the statement it sends. It tells every rival, we're not standing still, we're moving forward, fast. And Clarke, the lad who's always played like he's got lightning in his boots, might just be the thunder this team needs. Some sources down south are claiming Sunderland would only part ways for a hefty fee, and rightly so. Clarke's been their shining light, their game changer, their difference maker. Losing him would hurt. But football's a cycle, and players with that kind of ambition always outgrow their surroundings eventually. Clarke's rise has been nothing short of spectacular, from a lone spell here and there to becoming one of the championship's most feared attackers. Rangers see that potential and know they can offer him the next step: continental football, silverware, legacy. Imagine him walking out onto the pitch on a Europa League night, bagpipes echoing, flags waving. That's a stage fit for his energy. And make no mistake, Rangers have the financial muscle and vision to pull off a deal like this if they really want it. The fan base would explode with excitement. The stadium would sell out in minutes, and the Scottish game itself would get a serious injection of attention. It's the kind of move that reignites a rivalry, that brings headlines, passion, and pressure all at once. Exactly what football in Glasgow thrives on. But let's not get carried away. This is still football, where nothing's done until the ink's dry. There are always twists, late bids, and surprise turns. Clarke's form has inevitably attracted Premier League scouts, and you can bet a few clubs are watching closely, ready to swoop in if the deal stalls. That's the risk Rangers face. They've got to move quickly, decisively, and convince Clarke that Ibrox is where his story continues. The charm offensive has likely already started. The calls from Clement, the messages from ex-players, the stories about what it means to wear the blue shirt. Clarke, being from the north of England, will understand that connection, that intensity of Scottish football. He's no stranger to pressure, and he'd fit the Glasgow cauldron perfectly. Still, until the pen hits paper, fans can only dream. And dream they will, because that's what football's all about. Those restless nights imagining how it'll feel to see your new hero running down the wing, ripping through defenses, and lighting up Ibrox under the floodlights. Meanwhile, in the Rangers dressing room, the players are reportedly buzzing about the rumors too. They know what a signing like CLARKE could mean. Competition breeds excellence, and bringing in a player of his caliber would push everyone to raise their levels. Imagine him linking up with Cantwell in those quick 1-2s, or receiving those diagonal balls from Tavernier before cutting inside to smash one into the top corner. You can almost picture it. That energy spreads, from the training pitch to the stands, from the manager's office to the streets outside Ibrox. It's that feeling of being part of something on the rise again. CLARKE's potential arrival has ignited not just hope, but belief. Belief that Rangers are building a side capable of dominating domestically and making noise in Europe. Every successful club needs that injection of unpredictability, that player who makes the crowd rise with every touch. CLARKE could be that guy. And you can sense that, behind the scenes, Rangers are working tirelessly to make it happen. Carefully, strategically, but with real intent. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Of course, not everyone's thrilled about the prospect. Across the city, in the green half of Glasgow, there's a quiet nervousness. Celtic know how much of a threat Rangers could become with someone like CLARKE in the mix. A winger with pace, precision, and end product is every defender's nightmare. And in old firm clashes, that kind of weapon changes everything. It's not just about goals, it's about momentum, fear, unpredictability. CLARKE could give Rangers that extra edge, that one spark that swings tight games in their favor. The fans sense it, the pundits see it, and even the rivals respect it. It's rare for a transfer rumor to stir this much emotion before it's even real, but that's the power of the name Jack CLARKE carries right now. He's hot property, and everyone knows it. For Rangers, this could be the move that defines their season, maybe even their next chapter. It's high-stakes football business, but in Glasgow, that's the only kind there is. As the days tick on, one thing's certain, this story isn't going away. Whether it ends in a signature or a near miss, it's captured the imagination of a fan base that lives for drama, passion, and glory. CLARKE embodies all of that. Young, fearless, and lethal on the break. His style of play mirrors what Rangers want to be again. Fast, bold, and ruthless. You can already hear the fans singing his name in their heads, picturing the celebrations, the goals, the headlines. And even if the move doesn't materialize right now, the message is clear. Rangers are aiming high again, reaching for players who can truly make a difference. The rumor has become a rallying cry, a symbol of ambition. Jack CLARKE might not have set foot in Glasgow yet, but he's already sparked a fire there. And if he does walk through those Ibrox doors, make no mistake, the roar that follows will echo across Scotland. Because for Rangers supporters, it's not just about signing a player. It's about believing, once more, that greatness is coming back home. As the days tick closer to the first official match featuring Daniel Iverson, the frenzy surrounding Rangers' #1 position reaches a peak of both excitement and speculation. Conversations in pubs, online forums, and social media feeds are dominated by hypothetical scenarios, tactical debates, and emotional investment, each fan imagining how his presence could shape not only matches but the very identity of the team. Rumors suggest that early glimpses and training sessions have already sparked subtle optimism within the squad, with defenders reportedly responding positively to his confidence and instructions. Analysts continue to project potential outcomes, considering his shot-stopping statistics, command of the box, and ability to distribute quickly under pressure, weaving these technical details into the broader tapestry of expectation. Supporters speculate on the psychological impact on opponents, the energy shift in critical games, and the long-term influence on Rangers' defensive philosophy. There's almost a cinematic tension in the air, as though the debut of Iverson could be the first act in a season-long drama, with every fan poised to witness the unfolding narrative. Across every platform, the buzz continues to build, blending fact, speculation, and emotion into a story that is as captivating as any matchday spectacle could ever be. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.